It's a non-profit fan-based animation. Green Lantern is owned by DC Comics. Please support the official release. About a year ago, there was a catastrophe that nearly meant the end of all life in the universe. Necron, the entity of death, attempted to retake the universe for himself. In this attack, he used the dead superheroes and villains that died over the years fighting each other, reanimating them and controlling them through the black power rings of death, making them fight against those they had an emotional connection to in life. They would literally rip the hearts out of these people to power their rings until they reach 100% charge, so that Black Hand, Necron's tether to the universe, can summon him forth. Once out, he dragged out the bringer of all life in the universe, the entity, from the Earth so he could kill it and by doing so kill all the life in the universe. But by doing that, he also unearthed the one thing that could stop him. The heroes used the power of the entity to revive Black Hand, to sever Necron's connection to the universe, and were finally able to defeat him. Necron was sent back and imprisoned in the Dead Zone. Also, some Black Lanterns were revived as well to fulfill some destiny set by the entity. But I'm not sure what all that was all about. Something about stopping an evil Swamp Thing, but that's something I didn't bother checking on since I came back. Now I got that out of the way, let's talk about me. This may be an old cliche, but I believe the beginning is the best place to start. Awaken, Malachi Issa. Your new lord and master calls you from your slumber. Huh? Where am I? What's happening? What is this place? Be silent and I shall explain, my servant. I am Necron, the entity of death, and I have awakened you from death to fulfill a task in my name. Death? I'm dead? Yo, what are you doing? Stop! 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 That's right, I was visiting Gotham to see Peter. Then that man in the mask came and ripped my heart. That is correct. One of my slayings during my war to take back the universe took your life to fuel my coming and eradicate all life. Wait a minute. You're the reason I died and so many other people died. And you also mean to tell me you tried to eradicate all life in the universe, and now you expect me to be your servant and go along with whatever you're planning. If you desire to walk among the living again as the new leader of the Black Lantern Corps, then you will. So that's what you want me to do, to build you a new army so you can eradicate all life again. Well, you can just forget about it. You're mistaken. That is not the reason why I want you to reestablish the Corps. I want you to reestablish the Corps as part of an experiment and test. I want to know if these life forms are worthy to exist in my universe. Why would you want to do that instead of just eliminating all life? Just recently, there was an event that would have meant a complete alteration of reality. Even the Dead Zone wouldn't have escaped this fate. The one responsible for this was a madman by the name of Volfum, who gained complete control of the emotional spectrum and tried to remake the universe in his own twisted vision. Were it not for my enemies, the lanterns of each aspect of the emotional spectrum, this would have been certain, and in the end, it was Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern, that defeated me, used me, and the Black Power Ring to kill Volfum without destroying the universe. I thought only the dead can use the Black Power Ring, so how did he use it? That's part of the reason why I want to conduct this test. During Volfum's rampage, Hal Jordan and Val Sinestro were imprisoned in this dimension. Sinestro managed to escape, but Hal Jordan remained stranded here. His only means of escape was the power of the Black Ring. To attain this power, he had to be dead, so he committed suicide by jumping off a cliff, and he did what he should have been impossible, and willed the ring to himself after he died. These recent events that have spurred my curiosity, for which I have you explore on my behalf if you accept. If you truly wish to have nothing to do with my venture, then I shall send you back to rest, and ask another who is willing to accept. Now what will you do? Very well, I will accept this task, but as the leader of the new Black Lantern Corps, I want to reform it as a force for good, as reparation for all the lives lost on the Blackest Night. If the people in the universe can give us a chance, then I can show you that they have the right to live in your universe. That's all I needed to hear. Take the ring, and you will possess the power to complete your mission. Before I take this ring, I have a question. If this realm is supposed to have no way out, how am I gonna get out of here to do my mission? Volfoon's reality bending has weakened the barrier between this world and the next, just enough to open a portal on this end. But be warned, this portal will send you straight to Oa, the Green Lantern Corps' homeworld, and they may not be too comfortable around a Black Lantern. Why there? That's because it's the last point a portal between this world and the next was fast forward, making it the only place I can send you. This actually works in our favor, since you will need to retrieve the Book of the Black from there anyway. You'll need it to start recruiting new members, not put on the ring, and everything else will be made clear. Malachi puts on the ring and immediately feels the power flowing through him as the ring roots itself throughout his body. His skin took on a darker hue and his clothes repaired itself, and on his lapel, a Black Lantern symbol appeared on it. Necron then opened the portal and Malachi jumped through it, and before he knew it, he found himself on Oa, though the sight he saw wasn't what he was expecting. The Green Lanterns went in a frenzy, fighting off what looked like robot arachnids, sucking up all the energy from the rings and even their central power battery. It looked like they were being controlled by one Titan-sized humanoid alien, but why it was doing that he didn't know yet. As much as he wanted to help, he needed to get the Book of the Black first. Luckily, in all the fighting, the Green Lanterns didn't notice him slip into the vault, and for some reason, the robot seemed to ignore him. He grabbed the book and placed it in his storage dimension. He got what he came for. It was time to give the Green Lanterns a helping hand, and what better way than to take down the leader of the machines he feared. Okay, time to be a hero, but first I need to know what I'm up against. Ring, identify the Titan-sized humanoid. Accessing all relative data from all networks available. Target identified as Relic. Origin unknown. Weaponry. Possesses unknown technology that is capable of absorbing and reflecting emotional spectrum-based assaults. Advise extreme caution against this foe. Thanks for the update. Now for step 2, I need to look the part and I know exactly what to go for. Malachi challenged his ring to alter his clothes into something similar to the costumes actors wore in the theater operas he enjoys. He changed his tuxedo and shoes into a dark paladin armor, while covering his face with a mask that resembled an Italian medical mask. Back of the mask draped a small cloak with the Black Lantern symbol on it. He was ready for battle, and now he looked the part as well. It's time to do some damage, he said as he flew toward Relic at the ready to hit him with a longsword construct. Only to miss and get blasted by a reflected energy beam, sending him straight back onto the ground right in front of Relic. Interesting. There were no black lightsmiths, and your power ring doesn't seem to draw from the emotional spectrum. But since you choose to stand in my way like the rest, then you too shall share their fate. That brings us here. Not exactly how I wanted to start my hero career, but I can still bounce back from this. Assuming this guy doesn't stop me in the pace first.